Morning, it's Anne Hughes. I hope that you're well. I hope that you're having a good week. Can we believe another one has begun again? It feels as if they're just rushing by just now, doesn't it? And I feel as if I'm being very technical because I'm not doing this on my phone. I'm actually doing it on my computer so that I can share something with you all. And I thought that today it would be good to start with a chat about intention because I think intention is just so important in terms of how we live our lives. You know, what is your intention? And I say that so often. I used to actually have wee key rings that said it as well. What is your intention with your next decision? But I was using this with a group I was doing some work with last week, and we were talking about, what's your intention with some of the big things like your life or your work, with your relationships, with your body. If I shove like I did this morning, another chocolate chip pancake in my gob, then my intention with my body isn't very good, is it? Um, but with the next decision I make, with how I turn up in the world today, with how I interact with those around me. And I think that is interesting just now because it's not just about interacting with the people in your house because we're so isolated just now. And I think it's really important. And I'm trying to work on having better interactions, I have to say, with my husband and my kids. But also, how do we interact with people in our emails and our text messages and in our Zoom calls and things like that, on our social media? What is our interaction like and what do we intend our interaction to bring? And actually, if you can have a wee cheer for somebody's status, if you like it, as opposed to just a like, if you can say something nice to them, what impact does that have on them? And what would your intention be in doing that? It would be like to say, I'm here, I'm watching, I'm listening, I hear what you're saying, because I think we're all starting to feel a wee bit like the world outside our own four walls, maybe in our computer screens, maybe doesn't exist. But the one that I think is really interesting is, what is your intention with your resentments? Wow, isn't that big? We've all got them, haven't we? We've all got stuff that we hold against people, that we hold against ourselves, perhaps. In that real contemplation with yourself, actually, does this bring me any goodness into my life? Having this resentment, is that doing anything for me? And having a real think about that. What does it bring to the table? I seen a thing recently and it says, what do you bring to the table? I am the table. And I quite like that. Obviously, there's a bit of swearing in there, but I'm keeping it clean. But, what is it, your intention with your day to day? What is your intention with the stuff that you are enjoying, with the people that you love? What is your intention with the things that are annoying you and the things that are upsetting you? Do you think anything good can come from it? Because nothing happens in isolation. Something always happens next. So if my intention to maybe be grumpy with my kids, as soon as I make a choice to be like that, then something is going to happen next. Maybe then they'll be grumpy with each other and then an argument will start. If I'm not nice to the people I'm working with, if I don't go on and be positive about seeing them, about sharing time with them, about the interaction we're having, then what happens next? Because something always happens next. And so I urge you today to have a think about what your intention is with whatever you're doing, whether it's shoving a pancake in your mouth, or it's commenting on somebody's status, or it's sending somebody an email and just being nice in it, even though it's easier to just say, aye, that's fine, or whatever. One line without any sign off or anything. Maybe you could just be a wee bit nicer, because on the other side of that, something nicer will happen. And it'll be like that wee pebble in the middle of a pond with the ripples just going out and out and out, you know? So what is your intention with your day, with your relationships, with how you're turning up in the world today, with how you're interacting, and also with that hard shit, the stuff that you're pissed off about? What's your intention with that? What do you think that you being pissed off is going to bring? Because it's going to bring something. I mean, the only thing it might bring is more of being pissed off for yourself. Is a bit a headache and a wee bit of hardening an artery or something for you. That might be all it brings. So what's your intention with it? If all it's going to do is make you unhappy, where is the point? Because the other person doesn't know you're resenting them, do they? And even if they do, who cares? If you resent them, let them go. Let it go, let it be. So have a good intentional Monday in an intentional week. And be interesting to see how different our weeks are when we are intentional about them. You know, when we are like very like, what do I mean here? And what do I think is going to happen on the other side of it? Have a great Monday, and I'll speak to you soon.